While the market right now is down a couple percent, not a lot, just like 2 or 3% here and there, I thought I'll make a video on some of the altcoins that I found that these sort of red days give you as a buying opportunity, considering that if things are off by 10%, it's easier to get 10% gains as they simply go back to their usual price. Now, obviously nothing in here is financial advice. Everything is down below, linked in the description. And I would say maybe you haven't heard about them. Maybe you have, because I think I covered some of them before. We'll see. Links to everything down below. Let's start with some of the ICOs and the pre-sales. One that has the final call to go live, which is BlockDAG over here. I think we talked about them in the past before at some point. They had multiple different stages of their pre-sale happening. And now in just 2 weeks from now, in 14 days, or like in 13 or so, when this video goes live, they're going to launch finally 20 exchanges. XT, on Maxion, LBank, Bitmart, as well as Coinstore and more. And the pre-sale is still live. I'll show you how to buy that in a second. They raised almost 300 million. I think from all the pre-sales I've seen, this one is the biggest one by far. This is even more than Trump, his foundation, spent on Ethereum. It's insane amounts of money. And if we go to their Twitter, their X real quick, we can see some of the updates. I think they always used to post when they reach new milestones, right? It used to be like another 100,000 got added to the pre-sale. Now it's like a million, one by one. And when it comes to BlockDAG, they have a couple interesting things. So they're inspired by both Bitcoin as well as Kaspa and making the world's most advanced layer 1 chain. The thing about Bitcoin is I think it can only handle 5 transactions per second, which is insanely slow. If you ever send something on Bitcoin, it takes like over an hour sometimes. What they do is they have proof of work, industry-leading speeds, so much faster than everything else, insane amounts of security behind it. They have their own testnet, which is live as well. They have lots of things, right? Lots of things behind it. We can go into more details, obviously, on what they do, but let's focus on that they have low transaction fees. It's EVM compatible as well, so anything that is built with the Ethereum virtual machine works on here as well. They have their own payment card, which is like a whole category by itself. Like we talked about a couple. I've seen one called like 1xB or something like that. There is one called Cast that I made a video about. They just have this as one of the features. It's not their main feature, it's just something that they also do. And they also have an algorithm called Proof of Engagement, which is a mobile application. So you can mine crypto while you're engaged in the ecosystem. I've seen a couple other projects before that also tackle that, but not directly with their own mobile application. They built that too. So just to say as a whole, they have a lot when it comes to what they built. Now, when it comes to investment terms overall, things that are in the top 10, they might give you like a 2 or 3x. I mean, we believe that Bitcoin eventually hits a million, but until then it hits like 120K, 150, 200. You might get like a 2x this cycle. Some of the other altcoins, you might get a 5x, depending on how it goes. Might also lose 80% of your money. When it comes to pre-sales that do insanely well, you might get a 20, 30, 50x because they yet have to reach a top 100 position. That's how we look into pre-sales. Now, during a bull run, obviously the best return on investment are new tier 1 projects. This is one of them, based on numbers alone, based on the engagement, based on what they've been building. And when we connect to our wallet over here, we can see the entire overview of their dashboard, the different categories they have. They don't just have a return on investment calculator. Let's say, for example, you were to put in, let's say $120 or buy about 4,700 tokens. Depending on the stage you buy it in, obviously there are only 2 months left. And even just when we go until the launch stage down here, that alone is pretty much double the value already. And even when it comes to mining profit, as they also sell different types of miners up to X100 starting at X1, that as well can give you quite a lot when it comes to that. Now, they also recently released a ref program behind it, as well as a buyer battles, where they have today's target amount of tokens that have to be bought. And depending on who is the current leader, there are additional bonuses for it. If you want to buy it, you can also select different coins. There's ETH, USDT, BNB, as well as other cryptos, and they're quite a lot. Let's say you still hold some Trump, or you have some XRP because you got into it. You can use that as well, and then purchase some tokens over there. Minimum amount is $42, so if you were to put in 50, you get quite a lot of tokens, even just for that. And again, there's only a certain amount remaining. They go up by like millions and millions every single day, and the launch is going to happen on June 13th, so fairly quickly. You can also buy a miner over here. It's all up to you, whatever you choose. You can also see details on how much that is worth at launch, how many tokens you get, everything that you need to know. If you want to learn more about that, links to everything down below, but I would say let's go to the next one, which is also currently in its pre-sale. That is kind of like the main goal for this video, pre-sales as well as tokens that just launched. Next up, we got Web3 AI, where they have a $777,000 giveaway, which is quite a lot, which you can enter as well. They have a multi-level market AI-based analysis, which means if you really want to make the best decisions, they got that done over here. They also have some audits coming soon from Certic, Hacken, as well as Cyberscope, the 3 big names in the industry. And it's pretty simple. When it comes to details that you need to make good decisions, they're like an innovative platform for it when it comes to AI, as well as machine learning and natural language processing technologies in order to make the risk management better. So you have a lower risk, higher percentage of return, portfolio optimization, decentralization of finance, all those good things. Main idea, empower, give people information, everything they need, have an all-in-one comprehensive solution. Because usually you have to look in like 20 different sites, compare everything. What do they post on X? Is that the same as the data that we can see in there? Dune Analytics, Arkham here, 20 different things. They want to put everything all in once. So it's AI powered. They also got an advisor behind it for crypto staking, which means if you want to optimize yield farming, all of that, that also happens. So normally when you farm like stable coins or Bitcoin, you get like 3 to 5%. That would optimize that. So you get up to like 45%, 30, 40%, depending on the day and the pool. And the idea is pretty cool. Basically everything that you usually need to look for, they put all in one. They also down here have a crypto arbitrage bot, the staking advisor that we mentioned, crypto lending and borrowing advisor, lots of things that all have to do with finance. When it comes to their token, which is going to be available in Q2, right? So until end of June, that's our quarter right now. They have a pre-sale right now. The total supply of the token will be 150 billion. I think the stage hasn't started yet. At least when I click on join pre-sale, it doesn't open yet. They will have subscriptions behind it, so you can get a discounted price and access to advanced tools, some governance, utilities, other ecosystem utilities for that as well. And that's something to keep in mind, something that is going to launch fairly soon. Links are that down below. Keep it in mind, save it. Next up, there's Unstaked. We have 1 billion tokens that are already sold. They're in stage 17. They got the robot, they got the orange, they got the nice colors, they got some AI. What they do is it's a decentralized platform that gives you as a user the option to create, customize, monetize AI-powered agents. Agents themselves, if we just look at CoinMarketCap up here, that is an entire category by itself. We've seen things like Virtuals, AI16Z, and things that are based on that going insane. I think this peaked at, what was it, 2 billion in market cap? Yeah, 2.6 billion for an AI agent created by Virtuals. Now imagine another side that allows you to create AI agents and be more focused on different things. Fair launch technology, customizability, low cost and fees, all the good stuff. The problems that it solves mainly are repetitive workload, the lack of control, centralized gatekeeping that happens way too often. And right now you can buy the unstaked token over here. So if you have ETH, BNB, USDT, whatever, let's say we were to put in $50, you would get 4,800 tokens, roughly rounded. And they already raised over 8 million, getting closer and closer to those next stages, up to almost 50 million in there alone, which means if we were to buy right now, just based on that alone, it's like a 7x in here, and then to launch it's like a 10x or more. Even at the current price of basically 1 cent, the last price in here is going to be 12 cents in the last stage, in stage 100, if and when we reach that, which means it's pretty much a guaranteed 11.5x or so. And for that, in case you're interested in that and the whole narrative of AI agents, link for that also down below. And then lastly, something else to mention that launched before, Wagyu, different type of story, because they launched, went from like 2 million in market cap up to 20, and now they came down a lot, down to 3. So you still have 50% no matter at what time you bought in the beginning. Everything is out, everything is in the liquidity pools, liquidity is locked. And if we check the charts, all the people that wanted quick money pretty much sold and got out. So we sit at 3 million in market cap, right? Liquidity is locked for sure. You gotta think of it this way. Did the team create a project and a community and build all of that up just for it to go down? No. There's probably going to be something incoming where lots and lots of tokens are going to be bought. So it seems somewhat scary because, you know, it's going down, but smart money is accumulating more and more, and dumb money that just, you know, throws money into every project and goes from one to another, they sell. So I want to say I think something big is happening, but I think it's going to be at more than 3 million market cap again fairly soon. Simply based on who's the team, what they're working on, what they've done before. I think this one has a pretty good future. And now at least all the Jeets, they're out, they're gone. It's super affordable again. It's almost like getting into it again at launch. It's like your second launch, and you know what they say. Best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Second best time is today. Best time to buy it was like, what, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? Second best time is today. Not gonna tell you what to do with your money, just showing you something that, you know, might be interesting to you, might be pre-sales that you're looking forward to, might be something like that. I will leave links to everything down below, and I would say, if you get any more coins and tokens you want me to check out, let me know. I'll read the comments. And until next time, take care.